Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Small Talk. My guest today is a restaurant owner, and that's what we're going to talk about. Her name is Pemba Doma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nancy.
So now
Thank you.
you're welcome. Now you own the restaurant is Nimkish Restaurant.
The Nimkish Hotel and Restaurant, yes.
Okay, and that's in Alert Bay, right?
That's in Alert Bay, the little town of Alert Bay.
Okay, so you own both the hotel and the restaurant.
Yes, we own both the hotel and the restaurant.
So how long have you owned it?
We owned it since
Since October 1st, 2023.
Okay.
sorry,
That's her husband speaking there in the background. So just in case
sorry about that. Yeah.
just in case you're wondering. So what made you decide to get into that type of business?
The hotel business this is our first time owning a hotel, but for the restaurant part, like me and my husband, we met in a cruise ship. We used to work on board the ships for all cruise lines. Yeah, we used to work on board the ships. I was in the hotel department, and my husband is, of course, a ship's captain. He works for BC Ferries, and but during 20 years ago, he used to work in the marine department for Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. So that's where we met. And then when we resigned and we wanted to be on land after working for many, many years, so we came back to Canada, where my husband belongs to. And, that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to have my own business, have a little, restaurant. So I opened the first restaurant in Market Square in Victoria. It was a little 8 by 10, just a little commercial kitchen we built, and we did that. It was called the Tibetan kitchen, and quickly it became very long lineups, and it was a successful restaurant. So I thought, I became ambitious, and I thought, oh, maybe let me have a sit down, because in the winter it was cold, and everyone was standing outside in the cold and eating my takeout food. So I thought maybe I should open a sit down. So I went ahead and I bought a Japanese restaurant. And that became the first Tibetan restaurant in the whole of British Columbia. In the whole of BC, I think. And it's the only Tibetan restaurant, because I am a Tibetan.
Okay.
So that's when the Tibetan kitchen happened, and it's still there. It's running very beautifully, and that's also when I was recognized as how can I say that? I had the whole "You Gotta Eat Here" episode in my restaurant, the Tibetan kitchen. So that was in 2008, and then my husband keeps moving. He was working as a senior master, and for certain runs. So wherever he went, I just followed him, and I sold my restaurant, and I followed him to Vancouver, where he was doing the Gulf Island runs. And then he came up to Campbell River. I opened a restaurant there. So I open little restaurants wherever I go, because I don't know what else to do with myself. And then finally, when we were in Campbell River doing the Campbell River and Quadra Island run, that's what my husband was doing. He retired from there, and we were here. Right now, I'm in Alberta, so just trying to close my house and all that. So we came here, and we were doing other business over here. And then BC Ferries, they really, really are desperate for captains. I think they're desperate for everyone, all the crew, but for that northern run up there, mostly people, I think, don't want to go up there because it's a little on the remote side. So I told my husband, just go back. That's what you're good at. That's what you've done all your life. So we came back, and the year we came back, it was 2022. It was September. No, I think it was August, and there was not a single place to eat in Alert Bay.
Wow.
And I told my husband, I said, oh my God, there is like all these tourists, and there was only one restaurant, and that was closed. And I said, no, I need to open a restaurant here. And my husband said, no, you're not going to do it. I said, yes, I will. I'll open a small. So we went, there was all these restaurants there. They were all closed down, commercial kitchens inside, but closed down.
Right.
So I said, I went knocking on their door, and I said, can you rent me your commercial kitchen so I can cook food and sell. Nobody knows me over there. Nobody knew anything about me. So nobody, cared about me and said, no, everyone said no to me, like, no. So I went to the city and I said, let me buy a food truck then, So I was so happy. I said, I'm going to buy a food truck and I'm going to bring it and I'm just going to do the food truck. When you're doing 2 weeks on, I'll do the food truck. When you're doing 2 weeks off, we'll head back to Alberta. That was our plan. And I went to the town of Alert Bay and they told me, no, you have to go to the First Nations in Namgis. I went there and Namgi says, no, it is for. So I thought they didn't want me there,
Right.
uh, because nobody knew about me. Nobody, cared. I think nobody cared. Sorry. And then I said, oh my God, nobody is interested. This place is like booming with tourists. There was a lot of tourists and no place to eat. One grocery store, and that grocery, like most of the tourists that comes to Alert Bay are Europeans during the summer. They come from Switzerland, Germany, England, France, Italians. We have all sorts of tourists. They don't know how to go to a grocery store and buy food and eat.
Right.
So I thought, oh my God, this is such an amazing opportunity. And then finally there was a hotel come restaurant that was like a little bit, I think it was closed, the restaurant was closed, and there was a little note on the door that said, call this number if you need a room. So I called that number and I said, I'm not looking for a room because the captains, they get quarters. So I didn't need a room. But I said, I don't need a room, but I think you have a restaurant that I can, I can use your commercial kitchen. The guy came down in 10 minutes. I was so impressed. His name is Larry and he owns the Orca Hotel and restaurant. So he came down and I was so impressed. I said, oh my God, this guy really wants me to open the restaurant over there. So he showed me around, and that was it. So from September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 cold months, I opened the restaurant over there. And guess what? I was busy. I was doing so well. And I thought to myself, if this place can, support and survive the winter months in Alert Bay, I can only imagine what's going to happen in the summer.
Right.
So we were waiting for a proper, I was waiting to have my own place. I was renting this place. So I was looking for a place that I could. Then we came to know the Nimkish Hotel was for sale. And we went down there and I spoke to the owners, and they're very, very nice people. And I said, I want to go and see the kitchen because it used to be a pub. I was more interested in the restaurant than the hotel. So we went down and it was in a mess. It was really in from 2000 and I think 8 or 9 that the pub, very, very busy pub, had been closed and they had just left it like that. And the previous owners, they actually inherited this property when I think his father passed away, and I think in the will they came to know that he actually owns a hotel in Alert Bay. So when they came all the way to Alert Bay from Saskatchewan, the hotel was there, and I think it was in a very bad condition. So they spent a lot of time and money and did all the renovation on the hotel part, but they didn't do anything to the pub because they are not. They don't want to do anything with the food industry. So they left that bottom part, the whole pub, as more as like a what do you call it?
It was kind of a storage, but.
Storage. They left it as a storage.
Part of it was a storage, but part of it was in such poor condition that
The kitchen was in a
it couldn't even be used as a storage.
Yeah, it
was just
wasn't.
a
Yeah.
disaster zone, yeah.
Yeah, so I made a deal with the owner. I said I'll first work for you, and I'll see if I can actually do it, because I'm not getting younger. I said this is a 9-bedroom hotel. It's a boutique hotel, 9-bedroom hotel, and I'm more interested in the kitchen. So I did a whole year with them. I worked for them as a manager, and I was all my skills that I used when I was working in the cruise ship, it all came out. And I thought, oh my God. And, the tourists were happy. And Sorry, my cell phone is going off. But anyway, so sorry about that phone.
Don't worry, I can't hear it, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I was, but again, the same thing, we didn't have a commercial kitchen. I was looking after the guests in the Nimkish hotel, but there was no place for them to eat 3 days in a week. 3 days in a week, the same restaurants used to be closed at the same time. And I thought to myself, oh my God. So I started, for my hotel guests, I started cooking because I am a skilled cook, So I thought, and I have all my paperwork. So I thought I'll cook it in my kitchen and then I will actually sell them the food, but at least they will have good food to eat. And that's what I started doing. I started cooking. It's not supposed to be like that. I'm not supposed to do it. But what do you do? Where do you send these European guests? So that's what I did. And then I decided that I should buy the hotel. So we went ahead and we bought the hotel maybe in August or September.
Mhm.
And then we did a full renovation. It's a state-of-the-art kitchen down there. It is huge, it's massive, and it's beautiful. And we opened the restaurant,
Yeah,
and I was like expecting just, but it's been so busy. It's been busy. The locals, they have supported me. It's just beautiful. The people over in Aladbi are so nice that we decided to sell all our stuff here in Alberta and move there permanently.
right. What a fabulous story. It's just fabulous.
Isn't it?
It's-
It is. Who would have known? All my restaurants, I opened 3 restaurants in Victoria. I opened one in Campbell River. I had a food truck in Campbell River. Out of all of these restaurants,
Yeah,
can you imagine? Alert Bay has given me more business. I don't know how to say it, but it's more, we've made more revenue in Alert Bay than in Victoria or Campbell River.
fantastic. Now I see some of the pictures of the food on your Facebook page. Well, no, I didn't, not your Facebook page. Sorry, I Googled it. But anyway, so what kind of food do you serve?
So I'm serving everything, I'm serving locals, they like because it's mostly First Nations over there, and
Yeah.
First Nations love Chinese food. They
Yes.
love, because there used to be a big Chinatown sort of over there in Alert Bay.
Wow.
So people like that type of food. So I think 80% of my food is Chinese, but also I do a little on the upscale type of Chinese food. I don't do I do real egg noodles. I do try my best to do as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
And my background, I'm born and brought up in India, so I do curries, which is gluten and dairy-free curries, which I'm well known for. My sauces are all gluten and dairy-free. So I do a little bit of curries, but I do a lot of burgers and fish and chips. It goes like crazy. So I do everything. I do Italian. I sometimes do steak nights and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just love the story that just, I'm so enjoying listening to and the way you're talking about it, and the things like even working on a cruise ship and meeting your husband there, even that part is a wonderful story.
Yeah. Everyone says, where did you find a captain as a husband? He wasn't a captain when I met him, but yeah,
He got
he is
promoted
now.
thanks to
He
you.
got promoted. Yeah, he had a strong woman behind him. Yes.
Exactly. So no, I know the restaurant's closed. Well, by the time this airs, it'll be open again, actually.
Okay.
But as you said, you're clearing up things in Alberta, right? So you can permanently stay in Alert Bay permanently, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how do you advertise? Like, how do you get these? Well, I guess the people that you said that were visiting were coming anyway. The tourists, the Germans and Swiss, they were coming anyway, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting, that they would go to such a tiny place like Alert Bay.
Oh, yeah. It is so busy. All the hotels are packed in the summer because Alert Bay, it is so unique and beautiful, and it's a little tiny island.
Mm.
Plus, there's a lot of You know, our hotel, I don't know whether you've seen it. It's facing the ocean. We are in the water, actually. It's on stilts, no? The hotel is in the water. So the orcas, the humpback whales, the cruise ships, you name it, everything is passing in front of us.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's people come from all over the world just to do the whale watching and the grizzly bears. That's what they come to see, the grizzly bears, the whale watching. What else there? They come and do all these tours. So that's why the Europeans, the foreigners come there.
Oh, okay. So to the audience, I just want to say, if you get a chance to go to Alert Bay, I don't know how far it is from, like I'm in Chilliwack, so I don't know how far it is, like how long it would take for the ferry. Well, your
We
husband,
get a lot of, we have a lot of Vancouverites coming and staying with us too. Sorry, I shouldn't have said only European. Lots of people from Vancouver. They come. So Vancouver to, of course, to Austin, to either Nanaimo or Horseshoe Bay, I think it's called. No, I think it's called Horseshoe Bay. So one of the two ferries, and from there, it's a good 3 hours drive
Oh,
up to
okay.
Port McNeil. But it's such a beautiful drive, and the roads are so well built. And you go all the way up to Port McNeil, and from there you take a little tiny ferry where my husband works. You take the ferry to Alert Bay.
Wow.
And it's just a beautiful, my God, it's like a heaven on earth. I'm telling you, it is so quiet. It's so you can live on fresh air,
Yeah,
We went there and I never wanted to come back.
I love
That's
that.
how it is. And the people are just so beautiful over there. That's what
Mm.
attracts me. Yes.
Right. Well, to the audience, I'm just going to say, like, listen, you get a chance, you got to go check it out, right? A lot of people are looking for, like, it would be an adventure.
Oh,
Right? It's an adventure. You go and you
yeah.
see a beautiful town. You might be able to see the whales and the humpback that we want. Then you can stay in the hotel and you can eat in the restaurant. Meet Pemba.
Meet me, yeah. They'll say, oh, you're Tibetan. You're the first Tibetan I've met. This is how a middle-aged Tibetan woman looks like.
You're the second person I met from Tibet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Great.
I've forgotten her name, unfortunately. It's been a long time since I've met her, since I've seen her, but yeah. But anyway, I'm just, we're gonna run out of time.
Time, yes.
And I know you're very busy, but listen, thank you again. This has been so fantastic. To the audience, I want to just say thank you very much for watching the show. You've been listening to Pemba Doma, and she's the owner, she and her husband are owners of the Nimkish restaurant and hotel in Alert Bay.
Yes.
So if you get a chance to check it out, go Google it to find out. You'll see a lot of it, what kind of food there is and everything. But if you get a chance to go there, do so. Check it out. I think
Yes.
yeah. So Pemba, just stay online for a second. So to the audience, thank you very much for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so. Take care, everybody, and peace out.